and a social media trainer, and my business is GIR Promotions, and I'm joined today by my colleague Beth Rieger. Hi, Beth.
Hi, Joanne. Thanks for having me on today.
Yeah, great. The reason for our video today is we both recently attended an event called Social Media Rockstars, and it was put on by my friend Sarah Kugleen, who's the owner of RV Tech Solutions. And we had the privilege of hearing some top online marketing experts share their views on what's happening in online marketing and social media. And so we thought we would share our big takeaways with you with the goal of helping you and your business grow.
That's right. I'm a website designer, and I love to help the little guy get bigger. And this was just an amazing event to be a part of, and I am so grateful that we were able to go.
Yeah, absolutely. So Beth, what was your big takeaway from the speaker Jason Falls, who, if you've not heard of Jason, he calls himself the chief instigator at his company, and I just love this guy. So what was the big takeaway for you, Beth?
Well, I just love this guy too. He was so personable to be such a top-ranked guy, and it was just really neat to see him as a person, just a regular Joe. But my biggest part that I took away from both his opening and closing was how you really need to know what social media can do for you, but also you need to decide what you want it to do for you, because those are two very different things.
I agree. Totally agree.
And you can't, as a small business owner and even a medium business owner, you can't do everything. And so it's good to have your goals in mind and how you can track those goals and see what's happening. And not all of them mean sales.
Absolutely. So, you know, for me, the takeaway part of that was in the what it can do for you is, first of all, it can enhance your branding and awareness. That's huge. If you're just trying to let people know who you are and what you do, it's a great way to generate awareness for your business. And secondly, the second part of that for me was, you know, it really helps you with your overall reputation. It's a great way to tell people who you are, and then also, you know, to use it as a customer service tool. So how about
Absolutely.
you, Beth? What else did you take away from that?
Well, with those two things, not only are you enhancing your brand awareness, but as you're doing that, you're pushing people from social media back to your website. And that's what you really want to do for SEO purposes, and to help create traffic back to your website where you can have a call to action a little bit more directly than you can on social media. It's so important on social media not to be salesy. And you can be salesy on your website.
Absolutely. And also, don't you think the other thing he mentioned, you know, it's a way really to build community. If you want to, you know, bring people into your fold and what you have to say, it's a great way to build community for your brand.
The biggest example of that, and I can't recall the name of the company, but maybe you can, was that co-op, mom and pop co-op, who built their community for 2 years before they ever opened up their store. They launched their blog, and they really and they launched their Facebook and their social media pages, and they really built up this community so that when this store actually opened its doors,
Yes.
and it only had room for like 30 people in the store, there was a wait around the block to get in. It was amazing.
Yeah, that was really a brilliant strategy all around building a community, for sure. And also, didn't they use their community for research and development as far as really learning what it was that their ideal clients wanted?
Yeah, and I think that that's really important too, because then when you figure out what your clients really want, you put those key words into your website and you talk about them on your website and you put them in the special places that us web geeks like to do to help attract the right traffic to your website. So it was really, that was just a phenomenal strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the last real big takeaway was kind of what you just alluded to in regards to driving sales and leads. You have to know that social media can absolutely drive sales and leads if it's done correctly. I mean, you obviously
Right.
need a strategy that we've already talked about, but after you've built your community, you do need some kind of strategy to drive those sales and leads. But that's what social media can absolutely do for you.
Absolutely. You know, I view the sales process a lot like dating. You don't expect to make a home run on the first date. I don't know, maybe some people do, but that's kind of the thing, that you kind of have to court your people on social media, bring them to your website, and then ask for the sale there. And sometimes you can do it on social media as well. And there's just a certain strategy behind that. And I think that's the biggest key word, is strategy. Some people just get on social media and just get on a website and they don't have a strategy behind it.
Yeah. And so there's some companies that Jason mentioned that are doing such a great job, and I'd like to mention a couple of them because they're great examples for you to follow on social media, and one of them is Southwest Airlines. I mean, they do a brilliant, brilliant job of customer service. And so
Yep.
social media can be such a powerful tool when it comes to not only just building your brand, but as a social media tool. And the other one that really came to my mind that he talked about were brands that people find challenging to create awareness around. And what about Charmin toilet paper?
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, they've built such a community on Twitter with their hashtag tweet from the seat. So creativity can absolutely build community around a brand, and I thought that was great.
You know, and if anybody wants to just have some good laughs, search on Twitter for the hashtag tweet from the seat, and I tell you what, you will cry, you will laugh so hard. It is just so amazing, and to think that that's just all about toilet paper is just phenomenal, how they created this wow factor.
Absolutely. Well, Beth, I think we need to wrap it up for the tips from today, but I just want to reiterate, I think the big takeaway that we're trying to convey is really what social media can do for you and what do you want it to do for you. That's where we begin, right?
That's exactly where we begin. I really appreciate doing this with you, and it was just such a blast to go to the social media Rockstar event with you. And if you guys want more out there in video land, Joanne and I are going to talk more about the takeaways that we got from this great event. So stay tuned, and we look forward to talking to you about how we put these strategies into play for our clients.
Great. Thanks a lot, Beth. I'll look forward to having another hangout with you.
That sounds great, Joanne.